Welcome back to Central Valley Business. We come to you each day at this time and we talk to local businesses. Our next business is Brian Thomas with Smart Emissions Reducer. Is it your business? Are you part of it, or?
I'm just part of it.
Okay.
I was brought in a couple years ago. I didn't invent the product, but one of my friends gave me a call and said, we'd really like you to be part of this, and here I am.
It's kind of important to look at products like this for the valley especially.
Mm-hmm.
We have bad air. I don't think it's our fault. A lot of the air blows in from the Bay Area and just gets stuck here.
Absolutely.
So it's important that we figure out how to reduce our emissions. What's your product?
Yeah, the Smart Emissions Reducer is an emissions product that works on the real source of the problem. Typically in the automotive industry, they've been putting things like the catalytic converter on the exhaust. If you have a diesel car, they're putting the DPF, that would be diesel particulate filter. And these things work to a point, but it's at a cost. And what is the cost? When you have a DPF, it's taking the particulates out, yes, but it's also decreasing your mileage. And it's decreasing your performance.
There's always a cost.
And those DPF filters, and I'm going from the mainstream media, they've also been known to catch on fire.
Oh, boy.
Okay? So we thought, why not make a product that works on the real side, or the real part of the problem, which is poor combustion. And our Smart Emissions Reducer taps into your already existing PCV system on the cars. That would be a positive crankcase ventilation system. Okay? And most of the installations take about an hour. Our technology will work on most cars. Where it won't work or it's not compatible is if you have an internal PCV system. Obviously, there's nowhere to put it. And it's one of those technologies that could be put in most cars in about an hour. If you have a big rig or a bus, it would probably take 2 to 3 hours.
That basic consumer vehicle, you get it in an hour.
Right.
And I don't understand what it does. It makes the car run better?
What this does
Or
is...
more efficient?
More efficiently. You know when you have a new car and it's peppy and it's fast? After a couple of years it gets bogged down. Okay, what happens is those PCV gases, by law, have to be put back into the combustion chamber. And
So it reburns them or something?
it doesn't like them. So what our technology
It's
does...
like taking your fireplace, just reburning the ashes over and over. It just
Right.
gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, so what our technology does is it's a combustion accelerant. It almost works like how you'd pump nitrous oxide into a racing car. It takes a waste product and it turns it into a more burnable fuel. That's the most simple way I could put it. And the metals in there, of course, I cannot disclose what metals are in there. I'm not even privy to that information. But the main benefit is a significant reduction in emissions.
Okay.
Side benefit is you get a slight increase in fuel economy. And fleets obviously love this. Any big
For a
businesses that
fleet,
you
a
have a lot
slight
of
increase can make a lot of difference.
it can make huge over the course of a year. And in addition, there's another benefit that some of the fleets have reported to us, that because it's keeping your engine cleaner, it's keeping that oil cleaner. And people have been able to get longer service drain intervals out of their oil changes.
And longer life on the engine, I would think. too.
Absolutely.
So it's taking the waste that you're required by law now to pump back through your system, and it's burning it cleaner and more efficiently.
Correct.
But this is a device here?
Oh,
Or
yes,
both of them?
yes, they're both here. And we make different sizes.
Okay.
And as you can see, the inlet and outlet, we have different sizes depending on what size your engine is. And these will get bigger as the engine liter size gets
But
bigger.
it just looks like you're going to put that in a line that already exists.
Yes, very simple insulation on most. Now, we get into some of the diesels, it gets a little bit more complicated, and the price point does go up.
Most of us don't have the diesel, so just regular old gasoline cars.
Right,
So.
and again, it also works on propane and CNG. So it's a very versatile product, and one of our models is go green with the same machine. So some recent legislation has passed by which classic cars are going to be manufactured again, but they have to meet emission standards.
Right.
So we've already reached out to them. So if you have a classic and you want to keep that running better, longer, cleaner, this is a great answer.
I mean, you
to
could
that
do it on a
technology.
classic car, too. I mean, yeah, you've rebuilt the engine, you've restored it, so give it more life with this device. Now, it's going to cost, what, a couple $1,000 to put in your car?
No, believe it or not, the price point on this particular one for your average gasoline car runs around $500.
Okay.
And the ones that go up to the bigger diesels, that runs around $1,500. We also can make custom units for locomotive, and we've done that. So imagine, if you will, this is implemented by the entire Central Valley. and we just take emissions down 50%. Imagine what that could do to get the Central Valley off the worst air quality list. I mean, the technology is here. I will tell you, it's not under development. It is real. You could put your hands on it right there. It's being used.
Can I touch it?
Sure, absolutely. And we've traveled around the world. I can tell you that we've are in some talks with a German company that has experienced some challenges recently.
There was a company in Germany that got caught maybe by cheating, I guess you
They
might say.
did indeed, and so we won't mention any names, but there's some talks going on, and I actually did get back this summer.
I'm filming it right now so we can steal your technology.
And we also have, we went to Italy,
Ah.
and we talked to a major high-performance Italian car maker. Much to my surprise is they were looking at it for maximizing fuel economy rather than emissions reduction, which is interesting. And we've also had this used by the Clarkson University Clean SAE snowmobile team. And they had won their contest several times, and they felt that they were kind of against the wall. They didn't really know what else to do.
Want to get just a little cleaner somehow.
Then they did, and we said, okay, well, we're going to let you use our technology. They borrowed some units. They did some dyno testing, and they actually logged the best miles per gallon out of
Wow.
anyone in the contest. Now, again, this is not our tests. It's theirs,
Their tests.
and we like that.
Now, if somebody bought a brand new car, would they put one on?
Actually, you can. You can actually do that. What we've noticed, like in an older car, when it gets bogged down, this unit will start to pull some of that carbon out. And what we do typically for fleet is when we do the installation, just prior to it, we do a baseline test with a 5-gas analyzer. If it's a diesel, we will use a opacity tester. So now we know where you are.
Okay.
Then we install our device, and after 30 days, we clean it and we retest. And we see how it is there. And we do a 30, 60, and 90 day with most cars. And what we do is you will tell us what the technology did for you.
Now, here in the valley, especially around where we are in the Tower District, there's a lot of what I call the green people who just want to do something extra. And whatever car they drive, a used car, most of them around here, if they want to be a little greener, they could get one of these.
Absolutely. And what's also interesting is we make very small units, and we've actually used these on as an OEM product on an ATV. And it even works on lawnmowers. So, yeah, leaf blowers. Again, anything that has this external PCV system, we can tap into that.
Now, where do they have to go to get it put on their car?
Sure. We actually have mobile technicians that are available, which is a little different. Our main hub is in New Jersey, and we have techs and representatives here in the Central Valley.
Okay.
And the best thing to do would be call our main office, and it is by appointment only. So you'd give us your year, make, model number, let us know how many miles are on the car, if you have a fleet or it's an individual, and we would go from there.
And are there numbers for a fleet? Like maybe it could pay for itself?
Yes, and that's why we would do the analysis with our initial emissions test, and we would get the numbers from them, because most fleets keep track of what their mileage is, and then after the device, we could run the cost savings and your carbon footprint numbers after that.
Okay, anything you want to add before we go? We're getting the signal, because I could talk about this all day. They're getting the signal. You're going on too long, Mike. Where can they reach you? What's their next step?
Sure. SmartEmissionsReducer.com is our website, and our main number is a 1-800 number, 1-800-EESTEAM.
So if you're a fleet manager, or you just want to go greener with your car, or you're concerned about the environment, or for whatever reason, it's free to call, right?
Right?
Why don't you call Brian Thomas at Smart Emissions Reducer, smartemissionsreducer.com, or give the number one more time.
It's 1-800-EEST, and if you have a technical question, you can talk to Mike Holler. He is, believe it or not, recognized by U.S. court system as a fuel economy expert.
Wow.
And he would be able to answer any technical question you have. If you want to book an appointment, you could talk to Roseanne. And if you have any questions about the history of the company, you could talk to our CEO, Sam.
Wow, that's great. Anything else you want to add?
That's it. Our motto is go green with the same machine. We're here to help the Central Valley.
Excellent. We'll be back with more Central Valley business right after this.